Hello, hope we're all good. Big shout out to everyone out there who likes, shares, comments and subscribes. Thank you. Big shout out to KR Couriers for all his support as well. I had a little bit of an incident last week. It was quite embarrassing. I didn't really want to talk about it. But I spoke to someone today and it kind of made sense. So I thought I'd share it with yourselves. I haven't been in any kind of physical conflict with anyone for a long time, fighting wise. And, road rage got the better of me. Whether I was right or whether I was wrong, it didn't make me feel any better about myself. This kid's bombing up on his bike, early 30s, Uber Eats, delivery driver, no lights on his bike. I'm doing a left into this car park, there's a giveaway. As I'm coming to the giveaway, he starts screaming loads of obscenities. Give me loads. So I put the window down. I said, who are you talking to, you dickhead? That's me reacting. Who are you talking to, you dickhead? Well, I'm talking to you. So that was it, game on. Gets out the car, approaches him. I said, what did you say? He said, you're a dickhead. You should have stopped. Scouser. So why should I have stopped? There's a giveaway. No, it's not. So an argument evolved over this, whether it was a giveaway or whether it wasn't. So, it's getting heated. I'm rising to his rage. He's looking at me. Next thing, he's got this crash helmet on. He's a big kid. Early 30s. Next thing, he's pulling down his visor. Zzz, like Robocop. And then took this power stance and started, staring at me, giving me loads and getting really aggressive in my face. Next episode, he's pushed me. Now I'm off balance. I haven't been in a stance where I'm solid, off balance. I go back, I'm fuming now. I said, yeah, what'd you do that for? What's going on here? And right up to him, and he went to do it again, and I preempted his move, and, it was just natural, just clipped him right on his jaw. Just below his visor, boom. Didn't knock him out, didn't, damage him in any way. Just a little clip, just a reminder of what he was, up against or what he was getting himself into. It shook him a little bit. And then he started running around my car, pulling something out of his pocket and scraping the bonnet. I'm flipping, what are you doing? What are you doing? I think he's snatching my car. What's going on here? I said, what are you doing? Grabbed him. And he went, no, you haven't done nothing. I went, lad, look, this needs to stop. And I had this moment of clarity. I became aware of what was going on, where this could lead. And I said, look, whether you're right or whether I'm right or whoever's in the wrong, it doesn't really matter. This is what it's come to. This is where it's escalated to. Physical contact. Whether you push me, whether I retaliated, because that's what's happened. I've retaliated to his rage. He's shouting the odds off, and I didn't feel good about it. I said, look, shall we put your hand there, mate? And I put my hand there, and he put his hands out and we shook. And then I noticed his bottom lip quivering, and he went, look, I've had a bit of a tough day. And I went, I'm sorry, mate. And so have I, 2 tough days don't make a good day. What's your name? He told me his name. And then I just gave him a big hug. And he hugged me back. And that was the resolution. We walked away. There was no harm done. There was no, serious damage. Not that occurred in a bad way. I looked at the car. I just wiped it with my top, and it was okay. It was what he'd done is he'd used his phone wire, the leads you get, the white bit, and it just looked like it'd been scratched. It was just a white mark. Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff that you can get into when you're on the road, especially in your car. The way you react. And that got to a serious point where it could have really ended, terribly, and it never. And I'm really grateful for that. I wish the kid well. Whether he pushed me first and whether I jumped out and created some kind of mood within him, it didn't really matter. What we come to is this understanding and this resolution, and we shook on it and moved on. You know, and it's few and far between, this kind of stuff in life. You know, I'm definitely not perfect. You know, so I don't come on these little videos and share how glorious and wonderful I am in life, because I'm not. You know, I've got a little 2-year-old boy. You know, being a dad can be quite difficult, can be quite stressful. You're trying to manage that, trying to manage a family, trying to get about your day, doing what you need to do. You know, and then it all builds up. And then someone on the road gives you a hard time, starts, especially when you've had like a past like me, where it's been very volatile and violent, and you don't really react well to people calling you a dickhead. Especially the undefeated Uber Eats driver, you know, with his little orange visor, looking like Kung Fu Panda. Wah! You know, turning into Robocop. No, so you can laugh about it now, but at the time, you know, it didn't make me feel good. And I put a post on my socials about, like, sometimes we can hurt others more than we do. Sometimes we hurt ourselves, more than we do others. So let me see if I can quote that properly. Sometimes we hurt ourselves more than we do others. And everyone got really spiritual with me, you know, as if it was a deep message of, like, what we do to others. Now, what I meant by that is, like, I punched them wrong, you know, and he hit me thumb. So you can hurt yourself more than you do others in that sense, and, you know, you end up doing more damage to your own, like, well-being, really, don't you? You know, and it's not, I'm not, you know, we're all guilty of reacting on the roads. It's a bit of a zoo out there. You know, I've had loads of times where people have looked at me funny and shouted something, and it just gets on my tits. It really does. I've got to address it. I've got to take a big look at what's going on for me, instead of just, like, you know, I'm still learning. It's still a process. You know, I am a work in progress, and I need to breathe a little bit more and understand that maybe that person's, because when he said to me, look, I've had a tough day, I'm a bit stressed out, I've had this going on, that going on, and I listened to his story briefly, then I put everything into, you know, into perception. It made me see it a little bit differently. So if you're out there and someone says something to you on the road, maybe, you know, they're having a bit of a bad day, or maybe they're just a bellend, you know, and they're in a rush and they're trying to bully their way through traffic, because you do get people like that. I don't. I get on with me day and I go where I need to go, and I don't, like, take advantage. But yeah, so yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. See if I can get any understanding. But the end game was, you know, it worked out okay. And that's my recovery. That's me promptly admitting a wrong and making amends. I think that's important. Not trying to justify your behaviour. You know, it wasn't about what he said to me. It was about how I reacted and what I did. That was the problem. He could say what he wants to me, and that's what people are going to say in life. People are going to call you all kinds, going to, you know, put you down, give you a hard time, say nasty things. It's about how you respond. Now, I just went, okay, mate, sorry, I moved on. Yeah, I'm a dickhead. Because I've been called worse. I can accept that. It's just the ego, innit? The ego and the pride, you know. And then you rise, you know, to the occasion instead of rising above it. You know, being a better person. So, lessons learned. Yeah. And once again, thank you for all your support. Thanks for listening to me. And I'll leave it there. Take care.